Start with some of the fitness of the squad. I know Kai Havertz was out at Brentford with that sickness bug. Is he going to make the squad for Brighton?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
And has anyone else been affected by that bug?
No, the ones with the illness, I think they're going to be okay, hopefully. They will train today, and if everybody's fine, they should be available.
Can I ask about Raheem Sterling as well? Is he what's the update on him?
Yeah, I think he's starting to do some stuff on the pitch, so that's great news. So yeah, as quick as possible, we want him available. Let's see how he progresses next week, and then see if we get him available for the following week.
And just finally, a couple as well, Ben White and Tomiyasu, how are they getting on?
Ben is still a few weeks away, and Tommy, again, has done some stuff on the pitch, but now it's to see. Obviously, it's been a long-term injury, and we need to see how quickly he can progress and how Danny reacts, but hopefully good.
Declan Rice, he was on the bench for the Brentford game, and you've got 8 games coming up for the rest of January. Is that something you're going to have to continue doing, which is manage the minutes of all your players?
Yeah, on his case, especially, he plays so much football. We had 9 games in this period, in this month, and he had some niggles in the last few games. He had to come off, and yeah, we have to manage every player, and he's not an exception for sure.
I think after the game against Brentford, you said you're really happy with the players that you have here. But if you were to say, is it more likely that you'll sign someone in January, or more likely that you won't sign someone in January?
I don't know. Again, because the focus is with the players that we have. It's something extraordinary in the market that we can afford, and we believe that it's going to have a real impact in the team. We have to be open for that possibility always, because that's why we have the ability to change the squad, to improve the squad in the windows. But at the moment, the focus is what we have.
In terms of what you do have, do you see anyone maybe leaving this January? Someone like Kieran Tierney, perhaps? What do you think is going to happen with him?
Again, all the players that they are there, he just want to focus on performing and impacting the team. And if something happens there, we will assess it.
And just finally, Ethan Nwaneri, it was a really impressive performance from him against Brentford. Is he the most natural replacement, you think, for Bukayo Saka while he's out?
I mean, he's a player who can play in various positions. It's not a position that he's played a lot, to be fair, even when he was in the academy level. But yeah, he can adapt basically for the demands that we have in 2-3 positions, and I think he did really well there.
Go to Niv from the Premier League.
Hi, Mikel. Hello. Good to see you. Can I please ask you about Mikel Merino? The start of his journey, Arsenal wasn't easy. He picked up an injury immediately, but since then he settled really well. Gives you a really strong balance in midfield as well. How would you reflect the way he settled here and the value he gives you in midfield?
Yeah, well, we expected a very fast integration because he's playing the league, because he's such an intelligent and experienced player, and I think he fits very well our model. The thing is that, as you said, he had an injury. They had another little niggle, and he had no pre-season because he played for Spain as well, and it took him just a while to start to get set. But now you can see straight away the impact he has in the team, his intelligence, the goal threat that he offers to the team, and then more and more will come because he's a natural leader as well. And the moment that he grows in the role, I think we'll see much more from him.
Can I please ask you about Gabriel Jesus, another goal on Wednesday night? I was wondering, when things were not going well for him, he dealt with injuries, for example, how much belief he had to show in himself and how much belief he had to show in him as well?
Yeah, it's about supporting our players, and the players know that they have to go through sometimes periods that is not exactly how they planned it, because injuries are part of that, but as well they have to believe in themselves, and we have to make sure that if one day they doubt, we are there to recognize and make sure that they feel from our side how much we like them and how happy we are to have them.
Brighton this weekend, and they haven't won the Premier League in the last 7 games. They managed to really challenge you when you played them early in the season. What do you expect for them tomorrow evening?
Yes, a really tough opponent. When you see as well the record they've got at home, the way of playing, the capacity they have to adapt to different scenarios, different shapes, really impressive. I think he's done something slightly different to before. I really like them. To be fair, really impressed with what they've done.
George on the BBC.
Mikel, I just wondered, on Ethan and Miles, you've given them their Premier League debuts. Is that something you wanted to change at Arsenal, just giving more youth players as a target yourself this season, or has it just happened because of injuries? Or is that something you wanted to do as manager, is try and bring more players through from the academy?
The first thing that we want is look in the academy. can we get what we want in the academy? That's option number one. If we don't have it there, then we have to look elsewhere, or we have to develop our players to different positions and make them more versatile. We have to go in the market and recruit. And I think those two players, I think they are playing because they deserve, not because of injuries, because we had other options to play other players, and they are playing because they deserve to play.
You come from probably the greatest academy in world football, and I'm not going to ask you to compare the two, Arsenal and Barcelona, but is there things you've taken from Barcelona that you've maybe tried to implement in Arsenal's academy with the help of the club?
I would love, but the regulations here, unfortunately, are very different, and a lot of the things that, in my opinion, are, the most impactful things, we cannot do them here.
And just how do you see Arsenal's academy developing with you as manager over the next year? What would you like to see?
Many more coming through, and especially that they feel that they have a chance, and any moment, anybody, and the academy means players and staff, because the first thing we do with the staff is exactly the same, that everybody has the ambition, the purpose, and the intention to prepare and to show that any moment they can come and be part of our team.
And is the future bright for the academy and the progress you hope coming through with the players you've got?
I think so, and we have put a lot of work. Per and the team have done a lot of great work, and we are on it. We know the level, as well, and as well with the system that we have at the moment for where they are playing to where they have to come, the gap is huge. But we are trying to find ways to make sure that they can fulfill that gap as quick as possible.
Ian, TalkSport.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ian.
Happy New Year. With PSR and not being able to spend lots of money in clubs, the academies are becoming more and more important. Is that another reason why you look to your academy, because it saves you having to go out and spend money that maybe Arsenal don't actually have?
Well, regardless of the PSR, that's the first intention that we always had. The thing is what you need is available in the academy in the time frame that you need it as well, because we can have a lot of talent, but maybe that talent at the moment doesn't have a space in the squad. It's something that we have built over the years to create with the players that they were coming through, a space in that squad, so we can after fulfill those gaps with the players that we have.
For many years, players that have come through your academy have gone on to play international football, especially for England. People are beginning to already say about Lewis Skelly going on and being, especially as England haven't got a whole load of left backs. Would you say that this year, 2025, is a massive year for not only for Arsenal, but possibly for England?
No, I think the focus has to be establishing, first of all, as a first-team player and performing at the highest level, and things will happen naturally if they have to happen.
Is he good enough, though?
I don't know, till you play at that level, you cannot say, And now we have to prove is every single day, every training session here, are you good enough to sustain that level consistently? That's the objective.